Someone just asked about Gunner Stockton for Heisman, and I lost the spot. So if you sent that in, and I'm not ready to go there yet. I will say this. I think there's legitimately, I think Ty Simpson should be top of the list. This episode is presented by Duluth Trading Company. Ready to give rival tailgates the foam finger? Duluth Trading Company crafts Hall of Fame game day gear to help you grill hotter, cheer louder, and tailgate longer. Bibs loaded with pockets, gusseted pants so you can crouch without snuffing out your coals, and free swinging shirts tailor-made for cornhole tossing. Stay comfortable from preseason to playoffs in the toughest tailgate attire around, only at Duluth Trading Company.
Yeah. Who do you got in New York right now?
Good question. Let me start with Ty Simpson.
Yep.
I think Jeremiah Love just put his ass inside that conversation, right in the mix of that conversation.
100%.
And it's probably not going to slow down against those opponents.
He's got to be there. Mendoza,
absolute. Did you see what he did today? Because I don't plan on covering Indiana and Michigan State.
He barely missed. Yeah. I mean, it's
getting kind of weird because it doesn't mean anything for draft stock necessarily but it's kind of hard to complete that high a percentage of throws in some of these games. And Michigan State's not very good, but they field a team. They have scholarships.
Yeah.
They're better than they have been the last couple years. He was 24 of 28 for 332, 4 touchdowns, no interceptions.
Ridiculous.
And if it's not last week was Surratt, this week is Cooper, and they're always combining for 200 yards receiving. All right, so that's that. So Ty Simpson would be my one. After that, other guys invited would be. Oh, and I am a Heisman voter. So as we get closer, I'm not going to tell you who I'm voting. That's part of the contract, if you will. Ty Simpson, I would say Jeremiah Love, Mendoza. I think Pavia at this point.
Really?
Right now.
Okay.
What is Vanderbilt without Pavia? I'm not saying, but I'm just saying I would keep him in the conversation. But I think Gunner, he keeps this up, and if they find a way to keep winning ugly, we got to start talking about him a little bit. A little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Disagree? Who else would you have?
I struggle with because I think Ohio State's got to have a rep, but maybe they don't. And I would think it would be Jeremiah Smith. And then I think the fifth is.
But I don't even think Jeremiah Smith's having that kind of year.
40 for 505 and 7 touchdowns.
It's not that kind of year. As a wide receiver.
I know, but if you look at Pavia's stats, they're not going to blow you away
Devontae Smith
either.
was the most recent wide receiver, right?
Yeah.
Travis Hunter, but that was 2 ways. That was different.
If we're being honest, though, I think it's a 3-man race right now. I think it's the Love Mendoza Simpson race.
I agree.
I'm not sure there's 2 other serious contenders.
But it was Dante Moore was king of the hill by a long shot.
Could get back in the mix.
And he could get back in the mix too. He had another monster day today. In a game that I thought, I'm glad to see that Oregon came out and played.
Yeah.
I thought that could be.
Was there going to be a hangover?
Yeah. Texas, on the other hand, had exactly what I said. I've been fooled by this before, so I'm not going to do it again.
Mm-hmm.
And fool's gold, which is appropriate for that area of the country. Fool's, I guess it's oil. Fool's oil. So this brings me to the spotlight player of the day. There were so many. How do you not have Pavia and McShay? What's wrong with you? Jeremiah Love had almost 260. In total yards from scrimmage. There was something special about what Gunner Stockton did today, man. I went from he's competitive, he's a good runner, he's making some throws, to this guy carried. He absolutely carried. I mean, I couldn't believe first of all, they're down 10 I think it was 10 in the fourth quarter, right?
Yeah. They scored 17.
He completed
7 or 9 in the fourth quarter. They scored 17 unanswered in the fourth quarter.
Gunner Stockton, who's our running quarterback, who we're gonna try to kind of supplement the pass with the extra man in the run game and all that stuff, and who makes some throws here and there. He completed, and I know Ole Miss isn't great, but it's Ole Miss. They have players. 80% passing, 289 passing yards, 59 rushing yards, 4 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. And get this, Mitch, this is what turned me on him. 12 for 12 in the second half.
Yeah.
Games on the line. Our receivers are better than they were a year ago, but this isn't Alabama. This isn't Ohio State. 12 for 12, spreading it around, a tight delp and to the outside guys. Like, I don't know. There are certain games that you always look up back on in players where it's like, oh, my opinion changed. Today, my opinion changed on Gunner Stockton.
I couldn't agree more. Today was the first day that I was like, I get it. I understand why they made the move. I understand why they think they can compete for a championship with this quarterback. It was clear as day to me that this guy, this was different. This is different than any other performance that he's had. And I'll say this too, getting off on this a little bit. There's the offense coordinator from Georgia, Mike Bobo. I love it when he uses the tight ends, and I feel like he doesn't do it enough. Like last year, if you look at the Tennessee game, Georgia used their tight ends a lot. I thought that was a great game for them. And tonight, the Lawson Lucky and Oscar Delp had 9 for 85 and 3 touchdowns. And I love when that, because that's Gunner Stockton's game a little bit. Like, it's great when you got Colby Young, and he wasn't healthy tonight, by the way. Gunner Stockton did most of that with Colby Young, I think, for one drive. Colby Young had the one catch for 36 yards and looked awesome, but then had to come out. And then they really started getting their tight ends involved. And when you get Stockton making plays on the move and these rollouts and play action and all of that, man, he was just lights out, did not flinch. He is in many ways mirrors Kirby in their ability not to get caught up in moments. It feels like Gunner Stockton is the epitome of the next snap, next series mentality.
Yeah. He changed the way I think about him. He really does. And they've got something rolling. Now, it'll be interesting to see. Maybe pull up their schedule if you get a second. It'll be interesting to see, was this an Ole Miss thing? Or is this like a coming of age of Gunner Stockton? You know, is this like something we can start to, and I'm just watching the highlights. It happens to be on the SEC network. I think it is, after that Georgia-Missouri game. And it's like Delp here, and it's Lucky there, and it's wideouts here, and it's a back here, like just spreading the ball around. And here's the part too. Lane Kiffin was in his bag today, man. Lane Kiffin, they scored, what was it, the first 7 times they scored? They didn't score, they scored touchdowns. Or 6 times.
Georgia didn't get a stop until 12:49 left in the fourth quarter, I think.
I mean,
no stops.
I mean,
I think it was the first time that Kirby, as a defensive coordinator or a head coach, had not had a stop in the first half. And it went like all the way to the beginning of the fourth.
So this is an era low point for the program defensively. But the other side is, this is also like, I don't know that I've seen Lane more in his bag, and he's been in his bag going all the way back to USC back in the glory days. And then you talk about like taking Alabama to this new, you know, the millennium of in college football, and getting him out of the old, you know, previous decades with Nick and into the new. And so he's done it at a high level in different ways, the West Coast, and then the power game and the spread, and then back to the West Coast with Dart, and now this and the RPOs and the tempo. All like, he's done it in all different ways, shapes or forms. I don't know that I've ever seen him more in a play calling rhythm than I did in the first 3 quarters of this game. And you could tell Georgia went for 2 and they didn't get it, and it was like he was celebrating because he knows we're going to keep scoring. All I need to get is
right at the end of the first half.
I need to get is this like slender little point advantage, and like you've got nothing to stop. This episode is sponsored by American Eagle. So it's official. American Eagle just launched their exclusive limited edition collab with True Colors by Travis Kelce. And we could not be more excited to check it out. From sweater polos to loose and baggy pants to comfy sets, there's literally something for everyone. They also dropped a handful of incredibly comfy graphic tees that you can easily wear on repeat with relaxed cargos or with jeans. If you're a huge fan or just love the collab, shop the first drop now before it's gone. You can check it out on ae.com or just go to the store. And then you saw D2 quarterback, fourth quarter,
tightened up a little
SEC crowd, tightened up a little bit, throwing that fastball. So like, but for 3 quarters, Ole Miss outplayed them, and Lane Kiffin outcoached them.
Yeah.
But Gunner never stopped, man. Gunner knew it was his responsibility. He had to bail out the defense, and I don't know. It was something different that I'm not used to seeing. And even Herbie said on the broadcast, like, we've seen them behind before, right? We saw them behind Tennessee, 2 touchdowns. What was the other? Was it
Auburn?
Auburn. Yeah, Auburn, right? But this one feels different because it doesn't, and he didn't say this, but I was like, I agree with you in my mind.
Yeah.
I'm like, I agree. This does feel different. And it's because I don't know that he has the answers. Because even like the X's and O's and fill in the, right, this with the safety, and we'll insert here and gap, and we'll, like, and now it's, instead of like doing the hands or the chalkboard, like he's over there with the iPads, and he's coaching them in game as well as, this is Kirby now, in game as well as any defensive coach in the country. The adjustments, because they're getting out Jimmy and Jode on that side of the ball, which I'm like, it's mind blowing to see.
Unheard of.
It's
unheard of.
Like, think about just a couple of years ago, like the Philadelphia fucking Eagles are the Georgia. It's so like
the world champion Philadelphia Eagles. Yeah.
So to see him in that, but he's had answers to fix the problems. He didn't have them today, and so it had to, like, handcuffed Kirby Smart is a weird place for me to be as a viewer. And someone had to step up and do this, and it was Gunner Stockton today.
So something, if you're concerned, and you already hinted at it, they've had 2 away games. What do you think the 2 away games have been? Tennessee and Auburn. They beat Auburn by 10 and had to come back in that one, and they beat Tennessee by 3. So they've had these away games. Also, they're impossible to beat at Georgia unless you're Alabama. They're impossible to beat at home. And they only won this game by 8. There are some things here still. And again, Gunner Stockton convinced me that he's a different dude than I thought he was after this game. But that being said, defense still a concern. They've only had 2 road games, and both of them were really tight, and both of them they looked vulnerable.
I thought today, and I want to ask more questions, but we can get it. I want you to think about this for Monday. Where are you with Ole Miss? Is this something they can/will recover from? But I don't know that we have that answer tonight. Let's really is this defense capable of getting to a level where they can win out and legitimately play in the SEC championship game? But I thought today was the first time all season as a whole, as I was watching the landscape, and maybe it's like the weather's starting to change. Maybe it's the wear and tear on the players. Maybe it's like the Big Ten is now traveling this coast, that coast, whatever it is. Today's the first day. Because if you go back and look at some of the upsets, they've been at home or on the road. Like if you look at like Notre Dame with the weather turning in the second half at home against a West Coast team, you felt that home field advantage. Alabama, better team than Tennessee, but you could just feel it. Like Aguilar has been through so much, but like it got overwhelming, right? We talked about a Division II quarterback elevating and playing at an awesome level this year for Ole Miss. But fourth quarter, between the hedges, you felt that. Like I felt it. I don't know if you did, but I felt it.
I did, yeah.
And so it brings me to everyone's favorite segment of the Saturday Night Reaction Show, and our favorite partner. And we're excited to have them as partners, but it's time to get into the special segment of the show. It's called Home Field Advantage, brought to you by our good friends at Home Depot. The place to go to build your dream game day setup on your own home field. whether it's a tailgate, your backyard, or your living room. And like I said, if you think creating a home field advantage is an important, like look no further than week 8 in college football. I just mentioned all of those games. But the one that stood out to me the most, and I'm going to ask you this question, Mensch, as part of this, is Vandy becoming a place you kind of don't want to go play? Because like,
are you asking me right now?
I'm just saying, like, and I want to get into this segment, and obviously the tie-in with Home Depot, and it's building a home and the importance of home and home field advantage. But Vandy now, like, and I know it's not the crowd, but like, there's this like passion brewing that I'm feeling. I can remember watching Vandy on tape, and like, and they'd go from, show the scoreboard, and like a third of the stadium would be filled.
Right.
And I feel like there's been a flash here and there over the years, but I feel like Diego Pavia has like brought life to this program. And I think they have a head coach that they actually can build, like is building something. And they're in a fertile recruiting hotbed in that area of the country. So it's like, I don't know. This thing's getting interesting in Vandy. LSU can't protect. But LSU had every opportunity to lean on as the bigger team, the faster team. What were your takeaways from this game? But I guess my first was like, it was Alabama last year. It's LSU this year. When is it not like, and I appreciate I don't think they rushed the field, right?
They didn't rush the field.
I appreciated the hell out of that. Because they've built something rush the field where it's like an expectation, right?
What a statement to LSU. You're not Alabama.
Yeah, right? I love that.
I love it too, man. And it just goes to show that they've got something going. I think they were favored going into that game. There's clearly something going on there. I think they were favored against LSU, and I think they should have been. I expected. Yeah, like you could say this was an upset, but based on where the teams were ranked, I don't think it was very much of an upset at all, to be honest with you. I just didn't. I think that LSU team.
Well, it wasn't. Vandy
can't
was
run the ball.
Favored. Yeah.
Yeah. LSU can't run the ball. I think Nussmeier's hurt. By the way, he gutted it out today. Again, felt like he gutted it out, and then they just couldn't make enough plays when it mattered. And the defense still can't figure out how to handle a mobile quarterback. It's the same thing that's haunted them for the last 2 years continues to haunt them. Pavia was killing them with his legs. So it was not that surprising. And what's even better about that is it shows that their fans have an understanding of that. It shows that Vanderbilt fans get it, that they get that they're supposed to be better than LSU in that game. And it doesn't matter what history says. And to me, those are all, huge green flags for that program going forward.
You know who also gets it? Cole Murray. The football tie-ins to the Home Depot segments are Oscar worthy, Todd. I just see the tie-in. I'm the guy out there grinding with the pea gravel and grinding with the porch and getting heaters delivered and taking advantage of this. So let's get to the outro here, right? Those stadiums, talking about all of them from today, from Georgia to Alabama to Notre Dame to Vandy, especially. That's the one I wanted to focus on today. Like, you could tell the difference today in the home field advantage. But if you create your own home field advantage, whether you're tailgating at the stadium, watching from your backyard or your living room, the Home Depot has everything you need for a game day setup that brings the energy from grills and smokers to top brands like Traeger, Next Grill, or Weber, to fire pits, to and smart lifting speakers, outdoor TVs, and more. Fast free delivery. I'm telling you, I am now like completely sold on the delivery at Home Depot. Okay. Fast free delivery, over 2 million online items delivered free to your door, subject to availability. See homedepot.com for details. The Home Depot, how doers get more done. There we go. I do want to get back to the Vandy, though, real quickly.
Go, yeah.
They're not as talented. They're not as fast. I watched them in that tape getting ready for Alabama, and I told you, like, I just can't see it because saw such a significant difference when watching the Alabama tape.
Right.
But I
right,
watch
right.
him against an LSU team. LSU, you mentioned, it's always been the Achilles heel and all that. The thing that I'm most convinced of defensively when you're facing Vandy, there's a lot of teams that force you to play with discipline in certain fashions, or like maybe like you better be sound with this thing. They test your discipline all three levels for 4 quarters. And eventually they find something, or you better just be so damn disciplined. That was the thing with Alabama that surprised me the most, because it's been just like LSU. It's been a problem of theirs. But if Vandy can find just one little crack in what you're doing, they kill you.
Yeah.
That's why I look at the schedule for Vandy. No one wants to do a Vandy show. I get it. Like, I truly do.
I'm here for it.
Good. Well, the Muench wants to do a Vandy show. But I look at...
Do you want me to rattle them off for you?
Yes, please.
Missouri at home, at Texas, Auburn, Kentucky, at Tennessee.
They could beat Texas.
They're competitive in all those games. And look, man, confidence is a dangerous thing. There are, I think, a lot of parallels between what's happening at Georgia Tech and what's happening at Vanderbilt. And these teams both have really good head coaches. They both have gritty quarterbacks that make plays. I like Vanderbilt a little bit better in some ways, but I shouldn't even say that. I love Georgia Tech too. They both have gritty quarterbacks. They have great coaches, and they've gotten a little taste of what it's like to beat the big boys. And they now know that they can run with them. They know that they can hang. They've had enough success over the last couple of years to be a dangerous team. And you look at that schedule, and it sounds if you said this a couple of years ago or a few years ago, Vanderbilt, at Texas, there's no way. I don't know, man. Like, I think they're competitive all the way through.
I do too. And they add a problem to the SEC,
That's why the SEC is the SEC, though. And people get mad about it, but that's just the reality.
And the SEC wasn't the SEC last year. I'm here to admit it.
It wasn't.
But it's back this year. The problem is the best team in the country is in the Big Ten as of right now.
And that's again. It's again that's happening.
Mm-hmm. So I want to get to a few other games before we get to the AP Top 12 and just tear that thing up. Oh, I should mention, a lot of people have asked. I wish I wrote it down to give you credit. Including Tucker, by the way, during the day. And two things. Now, all of a sudden, everyone's talking about Clark Lee from Vandy going to Penn State. The funniest line on our go ahead. What?
Here we go.
What?
Go ahead. Sorry. Just every name is coming up now.
Of course.
Key from Georgia Tech's going too. It's
no, And I saw Portnoy talking about the Army coach today. Like, come on, Port. What are we doing? The best line, someone on our... Oh, no, it was always trade back.
Dude.
Always trade back.
Did you see what just now? Hugh Jackson?
What?
He just said Hugh Jackson to Penn State.
No, but he had the best line earlier. There was some chatter on our chat. Someone wants Brian Kelly out of LSU, which I know you're all for.
Oh, here we go.
And someone was saying, well, maybe you could ship him off to Penn State. They're looking for anybody right now. And always trade back said something along the lines, I'm paraphrasing. He said, I just am dying to hear Brian Kelly fake a PA, like a Western PA accent. He wants Brian Kelly to go full Yinzer.
We need the AI for that. We got to get some AI.
Oh, I'm sure.
I'm not smart enough to do it.
That was awesome.
By the way, Matt Mateus coming off the top rope. He really re-listened to every podcast, McShay. Can confirm that Muench found Mendoza.
Really?
That's
check
fine. The tape. Check the tape.
I'm gonna check Matt Mateus.